Everyone, I hope you're having an amazing day. So today we'll be talking about Queueable Apex, right? I presume you guys know about batchable Apex. So when to use the a batch Apex. So imagine you have a complex long-running process, right? Which have all where you need to process over 50 million records. Then you need to use the batch because it's an asynchronous process, and then you need to define implement database store batchable, right? When you are using a batch Apex, and it has start, execute, and finish methods. Yeah, you need to define those. That's great. So the thing is that with the batchable, only 5 concurrent batch jobs you can run at a time, right? And future methods are not allowed, right? So if you wanted to make an API call using a future method, that's not possible using a batchable. So why do we use queue, right? Queue should be used when you wanted to have a batch and future methods, which is like meeting in the middle. Or in other words, like if you wanted to chain your jobs, then you can use queueable interface, right? And the queue interface supports the non-primitive types, like you can use S objects or custom objects as well, and it has asynchronous monitoring, right? And you don't need to have the start finish kind of stuff there, right? And and you can get job ID in terms of Queueable Apex, right? But the problem is that you can't have more than one job in the chain, right? Which does the Apex callout. So today's topic is all about a queue. So what we're going to do, we're going to create a very basic queue operation, right? A Queueable Apex code. And then we will demonstrate how to run that code, right? And we probably activate the debug logs as well to see the information out there. So the first thing first, right? This is a hands-on session, right? Not much theory. So, so we're gonna do a very basic example, like take an account and update an account name, but append an account name with something, right? I know this is a silly example, but just to make you guys understand, I just wanted to demonstrate how it works, so that once the concept get clear, you can implement whatever logic you want, right? Okay, the first thing first, you need to log into your org. As usual, often say, please do not use customer sandbox, right? Please use a free developer org. You can do most of the stuff with the free developer org anyways. Okay, so the first, what we're gonna do, so you're gonna log into your org, and then we're gonna log into your developer console. So the way to go to developer console is pretty straightforward. You need to go to your gear cog icon, and from there you go here and go to developer console. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna open a file. Let's create a new class, right? Because we have to do anyway. So we're gonna do queue account ACC Apex. Okay, class. Give a meaningful name, whatever you think is right. Okay. Right now, this looks like a very normal class, right? It is a normal class, but the difference is you need to implement queueable. So what we're gonna do, implements let me see, Queueable. Is that the right spelling? Yeah, that looks right. Okay, now let's implement the method. Public void execute. We're gonna do queue. Oh, sorry, it has to be inside queue. Vehicle context, right? As right. Okay, so let's see if we can save it. If not, we'll find out why. All right, we can save it. So that means it's correct. So there's no problem with that, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do, so this is all you need to do, right? You need to define a class and implement Queueable, And if you're using an Apex, you need to use database callout as well, right? Implement database callout. But we are not doing any API call. That's a different topic. I'll probably cover API inbound or outbound API next time, right? So we will deal with that then. Now we're gonna focus only on the basic concept, how to implement queues, a Queueable Apex. So this is what we need, all we need. Right, now we're going to write our logic inside this. So our logic is pretty straightforward. So what we're going to do, we're going to create a list. I'm going to do a account. I'm going to do ACT equals to select ID, name from account, limit, let's say limit 5. Right, this is all one day. Right, okay, so what we're going to do, order by, just, no, we don't need any order by. We just stick to the basic stuff, right? Because I wanted to make you guys understand the concept. That's all we're after today. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna update the name, right? So we're gonna do account ACT. Then we're gonna do dot name equals a dot name plus, okay, let's say what we can, what we want to put, we update with something funny. Let's say we're gonna do bacon bone, right? For some reason I wanted to eat bacon tonight, but that's a different topic altogether. Sorry, digress. So what we're gonna do, you can do for now this, but it's a very bad practice. You know what? Let's do a good practice, right? Albeit, why not? Every time you write a code, you should write it in an efficient way, right? So we should go account ACT update equals to new list. Because you always should make a habit of writing a code in an efficient way. Otherwise, you know, you get slipped into the habit of laziness and you say, oh, it should be fine. No, it's not fine. Because it doesn't work then. Okay. So we're gonna do database dot update. This is a list, and so okay, and it's gonna false partial update. Okay, and one more thing, as usual, what we do, we're gonna do try. I'm pretty sure you guys know how to use Apex, right? If not, then please check out my videos around Apex development. So I've covered Apex as a part of platform dev. So that's what I've been doing in my previous episodes to cover the entire platform dev series. So if you're interested to take platform dev certification, please check it out. I've covered it for free, and I've covered exactly what's there and trailered in the form of videos. So if you're someone who's interested to learn through the videos, please check out my videos. You will find it very useful in your platform dev 1 certification journey, right? Okay, cool. All right, let's write it. System.debug, and we're gonna do, excuse me, ex.getMessage. Okay, let's see if it works. All right, it seems working. But it's not aligned properly, so let's align it. Shift tab. Right, okay, cool. Right, now, excuse me, now we have run this, okay? Now we created this queueable class, right? Now we need to run this. Now, how do you run it? Because the queues are a bit different than batch. And so I'm going to show you how to run it. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn on the log for now. So go to your setup page, right? And just do debug logs. And let's activate a log. So I'm going to do edit. And then let's activate a log for an hour. So we're going to do today. Right, and we're gonna do today. Okay, so we're gonna do so 12. I just think it's AM. Hopefully. Oh crap. Alright, so now just gonna do 12. Okay, just do that for now, right? Okay, so we have activated a log. Now let's run the log here. And so we're going to go to debug, execute anonymous window. So we're going to do ID job ID equals to, let me maximize this guy here. We're going to do system dot enqueue, right? So we're going to do new, what's the name of the class? Queue class, and this is here, and we run it. Okay, right. Right, so there's something, no, there's nothing. Okay, so what we're gonna do, let's go and look at the debug logs to see if we got any debug logs here. And let's see, yeah, we got some debug log here. So that's the queue handler, right? So we got a success here, and we're gonna download, and we'll look at if there's an error, right? It's very handy, you know. So there's no error. You need to know how to read the debug logs, right? It's very important, because the thing is that with batch, with future methods, or with queue, right? So you need to know how to when to write the stuff to the debug logs, because it's very important to write the stuff to the debug log, because things can go wrong for whatever reason, right? And you need to know how to troubleshoot. So logs are very handy when it comes to troubleshooting the Queueable Apex, right? So yeah, that's why I often encourage that please use logs and use your logs wisely. Sometimes what happens is that if you're someone who likes to see a report, some people, what they do, they create a custom object and push everything to custom object, so you can report out of it and even send a Salesforce report in the form of email to whoever you wanted to email. It's pretty flexible, right? You can do a lot of things in Salesforce. Sorry, I digress. Just wanted to give a heads up on that stuff, right? Okay, so what we done, so we have created, so there's no error, so that means everything seems to be working fine. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna run a query to see if it's working or not, if we have achieved the result what we are looking for. So what we do here, we go to account, right? Query, select name from account, where name like percentage, bacon bone. It's a nice name, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Right. Okay. Oh, sorry. There's no. Right. That means there is none, which is not correct. Okay. So now let's see what's going on. There is an error. Okay. So we have limit. So we got demo science. Duplicate detector. Okay. All right. That's fine. Okay. Maybe there's some spelling. Right. There you go. Sorry, that was a spelling mistake. So yeah. So we were able to create a queue account. Sorry, we were able to update an account using the Queueable Apex. So that's how you write a queue. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple compared to batch, but batch has different purpose, right? I mean, I love working with batch. I've written a blog about batch Apex. So if you wanted to check it out, so what we're going to do, I'm going to take you to my blog here with the Salesforce guy. So I do a lot of videos and I just around Salesforce and put it here. So if you're someone interested in batch Apex, right? So there's a video, there's a blog about batch processing, right? How to do batch processing. So if you're interested, please check it out. I've explained in a very simple way, right? As you can see that in batch, we need to have start, execute, and finish, but whereas in terms of queue, right? We don't need to do anything. We just only need execute, right? So this is very straightforward. So I hope you find this session useful. That's all I wanted to cover today. So I wanted to make it short and at the same time effective. right? So yeah, so if you like my channel, please subscribe, and I'm gonna add more and more Salesforce stuff out there. So what we're gonna do from next week, I'm gonna start Einstein series. So if you're someone who's interested into Einstein, please stay tuned. So I will be covering from the very basic to the very advanced Einstein, right? I won't be talking much about machine learning with Einstein, so we'll be doing what Salesforce has to offer, right? I mean, if you want me to do machine learning, that's a different topic. I can do that using Python, but I wanted to focus mostly on Salesforce. But that being said, we're going to talk about a little bit of different models when we talk about Einstein, right? So that's the topic for next week. So from next time, I'm going to talk about APIs, right? It's very important because if you're a Salesforce developer, you will be expected to know how to use APIs to integrate, with the third-party systems. You don't have to write a code when you're exposing Salesforce API. You can do that using managed apps. You can provide them the credentials, and they can consume your Salesforce API to push or pull the data. That's pretty straightforward. That's exactly what I'm going to demonstrate. And we're going to demonstrate using Postman, right? Okay, cool. All right, guys, that's what I wanted to cover. So I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Take care wherever you are, and adios.